Love the screen-defining error message that I'm getting from Discord. Discord is not detecting any input from your mic. Do you want to check your settings? No, I'm just quiet, you fucking moron. I'm just quiet. Snooze. Snooze. Snooze one last time. There's a wonderful grand total of 2 people here, but that's not surprising because it's the middle of the day on a Thursday and it said Tuesday. Pardon me. Ed Borg is completely confused as to what we're even streaming. Fantastic. As usual. Right, said Fred. So, like, you're already dead, dude. If I was a vampire, that would be true, because I would technically be undead. Thank you, Cyber Dragon, for your random sound. End of the day. It has been an annoying morning and early afternoon, because, as we've discussed previously in the channel space, I operate with a VPN on at all times nowadays because the UK government decided to introduce connection level monitoring. And I fundamentally don't like the idea of them just reading or having access to anything that my friends talk about.
Vertical bar.
You and wheel of aged cheese. Fantastic, Dark Rays. Since we had the chosen cheese back in that Slay the Spire, you are the chosen cheese. But yeah, so as of this morning, turned on my computer, and my computer said, "Oh, I can't log into the VPN." That's fair enough. Okay, well, I've still got to log into the internet, right? Right? No, I can't. It turns out that even though I don't use like any kill switch features or anything, my internet just would not connect because somehow the bit of software in the driver for my network adapter had mysteriously uninstalled the ability to generate an IP address. I don't fundamentally get how it did this, but upon checking in, how do you fix that? You fix that by connecting to the internet and renewing your IP address. You know, the thing I can't do because I can't have an IP address because I can't connect to the internet, but I need to renew the IP address by connecting to the internet to ping the server to renew my IP address so I can connect to the internet, the thing that I can't do. So, cue about 3 or 4 hours of general screaming and working through this. What we've eventually ended up with is that it turns out, and I've known about this for a while because our BT forcibly changed our landline phones to operate off of our Wi-Fi, which means if our Wi-Fi ever turns off, our phones loudly beep. I've noticed that our phones loudly beep at just random times of night, round about 2, 3 a.m., sometimes 1 a.m., times that I should not be awake, but sometimes I am, or I'm just awoken by beep, beep, coming from downstairs. Where this is all going is that occurred while it was raining last night. And that was apparently just too much. So it didn't quite connect correctly. And then when my PC turned on, the network adapter spoke to what was left of the router and couldn't figure out how to generate anything. So it then couldn't generate anything. So what this effectively boils down to cut a long and winding story short, I had to not only reinstall a bunch of drivers, but also reboot effectively my house. This is just, all because there was a bit of rain. Oh no. Okay, but with that in mind, everything is finally fixed. I need to run a brief stream in order to test that all the browser alerts and all that still work for OBS. So I don't care if there's only 3 people because I'm streaming in the middle of a Thursday. I want to play Vampire Crawlers and feel better. Welcome to Vampire Crawlers. I played the demo of this some time ago. I don't remember when I played the demo. I played the demo of this at some point in history, known to man and earth. And at that point, I really bloody loved it. And I was of a mind of, God damn it, Punkle, I'm going to just sink too much time into this when this eventually comes out. It eventually came out. I picked it up. And, well, I'll get to your message in a second, Dark Rays, because I need to just conclude this point about Vampire Crawlers versus Vampire Survivors. So, I like Vampire Survivors. I don't like it too much. It's medically addictive, because that's, obviously, it's designed by a person who does the graphics for slot machines. Of course it was always going to be addictive and flashy lights and wacky wahoo. But the gameplay model wasn't for me. I like a bit more engagement. So Vampire Crawlers was very much up my alley, and I knew I was going to devour it. I was a fool and assumed it would have about as much content as Vampire Survivors did, forgetting that Vampire Survivors has undergone years and years and years and years and years and years of updates. What I'm getting to is, after 20 hours, I've 100%ed it. With the exception of one item... which is only because I didn't have enough failed runs to need to keep rebooting my runs, to need to keep reusing this item to set up my runs, and thus I didn't unlock this thing. So I'm one item short, but in terms of the... Where's the town hall? In terms of the town hall, if I hide completed, there is nothing to complete. I'm done. Thankfully, it is still wacky wahoo fun numbers and... all this business, so I do still enjoy it, and I would like to play some of it to improve my mood before I have D&D tonight, because it'll be our first D&D in about a month and a half, and I don't want to turn up as a mean old zombie. Allow me to introduce you to the cast. We have many crawlers that we can choose from. There's a late game feature where you can equip multiple crawlers. I don't tend to like this, but we will be tinkering with it a little bit today. Although, to backtrack real quickly, Dark Rays with, alright, how much money do you need to get out of that dump that is a country and its lobotomized internet service? Why? I mean, that's a fair question, Mint, because everywhere's about as on fire as the UK, just in different ways, different shades of fire. I don't really think... I know it's a facetious question, obviously, but I know it... I don't really think it's anything viable. I don't think there's any amount of money that fixes Earth enough that anywhere is kind of worth being, realistically. I only recently learned that the dev is Italian and that the games are full of wordplay. Oh, apparently they are. Yes, I've grown to understand this from some friends as well. Similarly to... Did you ever catch, oh god, what was it? Yes, I Am a Human, when that was doing the rounds. That's, basically full of Russian memes that no one picked up because it exploded over this way as well as over that way. And so most people were just like, oh, this character. It's like, no. That's basically just like a Russian internet figure walking around. Very strange time. But yes, so we've got our legally distinct Castlevanian cast. You know, whip guy, magic person, other magic person, shirtless barb dude, definitely not Alucard. Then we've got some of the slightly weirder ones. We've got definitely not Alucardette, person with a whacking great big throwing axe, guy who has a lot of garlic, priest. Gotta have a priest. What I can only assume is some form of demon, maybe angel? Because he's a red, but he always refers to himself as a guardian angel, so he's a thing. Then starting to get slightly weirder. Person who can just erase multiple rows of enemies at a time. Just straight up Bayonetta. Bar Wench, who can summon extra, like, mana to the hand. This is an extremely specific poll, but This one feels very Crypt of the Necrodancer, and I'm not certain why. Probably the wings and the guitar. Just a panda. Oh, sol mio, who is just a dog. I love that there's just two animals just next to one another. Just a panda, just a dog. Skelebones with halo. Someone who appears to be made of milk. Nun. So priest redux, but this time none. Witchy coded person with main weapon being throwing cats at people. Literally one of the bosses that you can recruit as a crawler, which is the one I'm currently using. And missing no. Because of course Pokemon is creeping in here. Isaac Lopez P6D. What is this game about? This is Vampire Crawlers. This is the Dungeon Crawler card battler version of Vampire Survivors. It's not really necessarily about anything. It's about its gameplay loop and just having a satisfying fun time in a gameplay space. It's all dressed with a lot of Castlevania coded stuff. But it's just having a nice time, you know? In terms of who we're bringing today, I will be bringing Gallo, the recruited boss character. Mostly because of a small little quirk that means, if you look at these down the left-hand side, these are how the equipped crawler affects your starting stats, and Gallo just has a fuck ton. Missing no is actually busted. We don't want missing no because missing no is too far in the wrong direction. This one is a nice good start. And I think then I probably will want to bring along... Let's say that we'll bring the dog along. The only problem that I don't like bringing multiple crawlers is that they start padding out the deck a little bit. And it can mean that you rock up with a rather thick deck. Which is not what I'm after in these sorts of games. I like to be able to cycle my hand quickly. You're about duration and only hand size when you're played. I can't really guarantee that I'll play you that often. Mortatio, though. You give a good chunk of... amount. I might bring you along. And you do bring bones with you. Yeah, okay, fine. You can bring bones to support the dog. This is our crew. Boss with book, a dog, and a Skelebones. We're going to visit the fortune teller. Next up. I was very itchy on using this when I was making my way up through the game. Because it felt a little bit strong. Let's have a look at these modifiers. Things such as, cards are free to play if a version of it has already been played this turn. Your combo doesn't clear between turns. Double any healing. Not all of them are very useful, like adding a wild card to the start of each floor. Triggering your crawler abilities. Permanently increase your mana after every 100 cards played. There's quite a few that seem a bit damn strong, is my point. And I wasn't sure if the game was intending me to use them. Like, it felt really especially Mana Siphon felt especially damn strong. But we will be looking for this one today. Wild Buff. Cards picked up from light sources get combo multipliers. Doesn't sound like it's very helpful, but I want money. And there's a few things that you can do that can increase your money by basically spawning bags of coins out of thin air, and if you allow them to have combo multipliers, then you can get more coins out of that. Then otherwise we've got a blacksmith where you can upgrade your cards. As one can see, I have basically everything already upgraded to the maximum that I can get it, except I need another version of this crown. which has eluded me until recently. So, just for funsies, because I want to spend a little bit of time, have a little bit of a relaxations, and watch some numbers go up. Don't expect the heights of drama. Don't expect a struggle and the case of man overcoming adversity. This is just a nice chill time on a Thursday afternoon. We're going to be heading into Gallow Tower because I like Gallow Tower. We could try the Meanie Bridge, the Weenie Bridge, the Teeny Bridge. We've got a library, the Forests of Italy, the classic Italian countryside as the game refers to it. The dairy plant, the milk factory, and the curd refinery. Or this big old church. And tempting as the big old church is, I'm not that much of a fan of it. Gallow Tower is my usual hang. Now, because we started with Gallow, we get one free level up out the gate, because it can't... Gallow's starting deck has no attacks, meaning that it has to give you a free level up out the gate, just in case you otherwise have no means of doing damage. I appreciate that, but I will not be partaking of it today. I don't really think I want any of these right this second. I mean, I say that. If we... What have we got in our deck? So we got a bone, some flowers, some armor, all three of our crawlers as card forms. Yep, okay, so he gains us more coins as we go along. He will gain us more luck as we go along, and he will gain us more projectiles thrown. I think I will go with the magic wand, because we can combine the magic wand into the light tome if we wish. How ye? How's the UK temp? I am calming down. Currently in the process of playing a game I enjoy, and I'm calming down. As for how's UK temp, it's had a break in it because of the rain, but it was on the creep up, and I'm not happy with it. Let's take a magic wand. You may notice there is a nuclear launch button in the middle of the UI. I am very tempted to press it because that is an upgrade that basically bombs the first floor of a dungeon that you've already completed. Pardon me. And I'm tempted to take that up. Have we got anything that we could actually, like, reasonably gain from stuff at the present? I want to get rid of this clover. I don't like the clovers, and we don't need the clovers to farm luck because Osolmio is already going to be giving us that. I think... yeah, let's partake in a little new kids, shall we? Sorry, everything on this floor. I want a setup phase. Okay. Level ups are about to go fucking insane. So, we are going to need to figure out what we actually want. We've already got... this is going to mix into this, so we're going to need another... we're going to want to fish for another light tome. Duration of your crawlers we actually could probably do with. Do we want to throw cats at people? Probably not. Not really looking at needing recovery. So let's re-roll you. Armor. Maybe. Yes, I think I will take an armor. We're being offered a gem, but I don't want you. I don't need a thing to increase my might because I'm planning to introduce a spinach later down the line. So I'll take a hollow heart so that that will remove itself from the deck as we go along. We can increase something's mana cost. Do I want to do that? Yes, because I'll insert you into you because you'll destroy yourself anyway. So that means that we don't accidentally pad our deck. There's one of the crowns I'm looking for. I need to play as many of those as possible. Hello, how you doing? Okay, nice. Okay. And now the floor is nice and empty, so let's quickly see what's a lurking. Okay, we've got an evolution shrine. We can evolve one of our items as we go along. This is all sections that we should have had to defeat enemies to get through, but because we sort of blew them all away. A sharp mind, allowing us to keep up mana between turns. Quite nice, quite nice. Dealing your armor as damage? Nah. Dealing your deck size as damage? I think I'll take the keeping mana, because in the... fantastic, we are definitely going to need one of those. Keeping some mana in reserve in the early phases can be quite nice. Ah, wait, there's a treasure chest. Let's navigate around that. I'll get to Y in a second. Okay. So. We have a vending machine we can give a card into, or we can cash out. I'm actually going to take up putting a card into here, because I want to use this clover, mostly to get rid of the clover. I'm going to use that as deck thinnage. Next up. Let's navigate over to the evolution shrine, because if I pick up the chest, then it might offer me the evolution gem, because it knows that these two can combine to evolve. I don't want to use up the slot when that chest generates with the evolution shrine, with the evolution gem, so I'm going to use the shrine to get that out the way. I would have preferred to have a light tome in hand before I did that, but hey ho. Okay, what we got? We can increase the power of greed, we can bombard things, or increase the mana cost. Don't think I really want any of those. Okay. We can introduce growth to a card, we can make a card return to us, or we can destroy a card. What sort of things will this be slotted into? Okay. Okay. Growth can be nice, but we've got a couple of crowns in hand. I think I'm gonna re-roll a bit. Oh Jesus! Right, thought this one was gonna turn up later. This thing is horrific. This thing is absolutely fucking horrific. Deal damage based on your number of coins. To put this briefly in perspective. Later, when we actually start getting into combat, at the end of combat, you are given an overkill phase, where you just do as much damage as possible to get as many coins out of the enemy as you can on one last big turn. That can generate at maximum 5,000 coins. This is your coins multiplier in percentage. This can raise to 1,000%. Which means that your coin count can get pretty fucking big, pretty fucking fast. I think I will be taking this. I would have preferred a wild card, but I think I will still be taking you up on that. Let's slot that into... So you can basically get exponential damage. Yeah, pretty much. Because I also intend to start looping these big coin bags in such a way as producing even more money from those as well. I want to see how far I can push money as damage. So let's stick the coin gem into our... Probably the bone, to be honest. Yeah. Basically a slot machine build. Yes, we're gonna leverage Clover Pit to attack the Gallo Tower. Like, we currently have 522 coins, which means that bone is gonna smack for... It deals 15 damage to multiple enemies, and it'll deal 522 damage to one enemy. Not always that amazing in groups, but when you start fighting a single dude at a time, it becomes a bit destructive. Let's say... I want to pick a fight with you. Okay. Let us learn to loop. So I'm going to say we armor up. And this game, for the uninitiated, operates on a combo curve. So I've played a 0-cost card. That's given us one combo. If I play a 1-cost card or a wild card, which can fill any gap, then I will increase my combo further. I would prefer to not play this crown immediately, but we do have 2 crowns, so I'm going to bump into that one. That will allow us to use the hollow heart that we messed with earlier. Also, the coin bag, as you can see, has already increased the amount that it can give us because the combo is going up. It's now gone up even further. I don't have enough mana to get to the clock lancet, but I don't really want to right now, so I'm going to use this so I can combo back on myself, back down to 0, and now throw the bone for 200 damage to multiple enemies and coin count. Take a little bit of damage, that's fine, I accept the charges. Okay, let's go Spellbinder for 0. Into Gallo for a 50% greed bump, and greed is permanent. These stats on the left, they're not permanent, they will clear when the encounter is done. These stats on the right are permanent. So once they go up, they stay up. 50% greed, we are now at 200% multiplier to our money earned. Let's throw a little celestial dusting on these lads. And we're into the overkill phase. Nice. Do I want any of these? Probably not. Let's reroll. Light Tome was looking for you earlier. Hello. Need you for mana generation down the line. Thank you. Now, we do have a decent-ish combo going for now. I don't think I want to push this. Is the skeleton sweating? No, we hit him with the celestial dusting, which means that he's throwing down small leaves. When he dies, he'll generate a little... when things die from the celestial dusting, they have a little heart debuff. And that means that they can create little wild cards in themselves. Okay, I don't think I'm going to go for combo business, but I am going to equip O-Soul so that he's just sitting around in our deck. Sorry, in our stack. Meaning, he's not in our deck. We also need to do the same with Mortatio. And then we'll be using the Spellbinder to keep increasing our duration over and over so that these lots never leave our stack and never return to our deck. They just sit there. Basically, they will have removed themselves from the rota. As we've seen from Slay the Spire, I do like to operate with a thin deck where I can. These chests, I fucking love them. They require 1 red card and 1 blue card. These obviously randomize each time, so it might be 2 yellows, might be a red and a yellow, might be yada yada. But you can also use them for, once again, cheeky card removal. Don't really need this right now, but it'll be nice. So we know that we have that now knocking around in the tank. Thanks to the map, I can see that there's a question mark here, here, and here. So if I remove him and him, then I can access these without needing to kill too many things. You're up, Sonny Jim. Let's get... Okay. There's only the 1 row of you, though. I think I will probably use the rosary here. So, Spellbinder gives a little bit of duration to these 2. Haven't got a 1 cost that I can jump up to the rest. So, Let's rosary. Ooh. I am going to want an attract orb. Card draw is nice. Because hilariously, this means we can use the rosary to backtrack our own combo. Let's go back to the armor for 0, back up to the attract orb for 1. These two are now still comboed, but we've got more combo in the tank. And I think I'll just blast you with the Holy Wand. Yeah, so now you'll give us a good 318. Do I want to... Yes, I'll use that. Combo you out so that, again, you leave the hand. Throw some flowers at you real quick. Extra 433. Right. Now, okay, we got a vending machine. I'll keep you in mind. You're no help to me right now, but I'll keep you in mind. There is also a wild card behind you. I don't think I need it right now, though. Okay. Hello, Zega. Alright. I don't want to use the Skullomaniac at the moment because this destroys itself. I want to find a way that I can stop this destroying itself. Basically, this increases enemy strength, but we gain more XP. Luna's home! Oh, that's fantastic, Zega. That's excellent to hear. Throw some armor on. Pull in some more cards. Give him a Celestial Dusting. And then let's throw Zibone at them. Damn, I was really hoping for some little hearts out of that. Okay, Holy Wand. Okay, fair enough. Okay, not that much we can do with this turn, annoyingly. So Spellbinder into... I don't know. It would be good to start getting this multiplier up a little bit earlier. Let's grab... yeah, let's grab that. It'll remove itself from our deck and stop padding it out as well. Yes. Throw on more armor and more mana so that it sits in the tank. Throw the bone. Chain into the attract orb. Ah, we have got a little heart. Fantastic. Extra wild in hand. Then let's dust this lot. Ah! We have Tira... Honestly, I've sworn until now that this said tiramisu, but it is not tiramisu. It's tirajusu. I do want this... because if I can loop it, then eventually, you know, provided I find a gem that stops it being destroyed every time I use it, then eventually I could loop it in such a way as we never die. But right now, I don't think I want this second. There is another crown, though. Fuck it. Fuck it, we've got the little heart in hand. Let's grab the crown so that we can loop back onto it and get a more XP multiplier. For the present, though, let us go for the Clock Lance set. Freeze them all solid. Mostly so that we can... little heart into... How do I want to do this? I think I want a little heart into the Spellbinder. That adds a load more turns to our... sorry, uses, not turns. To our lads over here. I'm going to be bold. And I'm not going to use this immediately. Because if I can kill these lads, they might drop more little hearts that allows us to loop back and get an even stronger crown. So let's go into the Light Tome, into the Holy Wand. It did indeed give us a little heart. Fantastic. Use you. And now we can get 150 multiplier out of this. I'll work on the curse later, but the crown's for now. Okay. Thank you for dying. We have reached the start of maximum overkill. It's not actually maximum. The actual maximum is 5,000 at ultra maximum overkill, but we'll see. And pop goes the weasel. Also, that coin count card from earlier is now doing nearly 4 grand. Just for... We haven't even done that much that bumps it up. Destroying those carts gets us a little bit of extra cards we can hold in our hand at a time. And we happen to have spawned yet another one. Fantastic. So we're now drawing 8 cards per turn on just natural draw, which is all of our deck save 2 cards. Looking good. Well, let's just continue a little explore. Okay, you've got a few things I could destroy for just coins and stuff. I'm a bit crippled at the ATM with the busted leg, but she's doing a lot better. That's the important thing. That both of you are still alive and kicking. No puns intended on legs. Let's pick a fight with you. Okay. What I've been really hoping for but haven't gotten is a gem that allows me to turn a card into a wild card. I love putting that on the attract orb so that I can just cycle my deck really quickly. Spellbinder, why not? Into attract orb, let's grab the last 2 cards out of the remaining draw pile. Still bit of Celestial Dustin. And that is currently the highest that we could get that. I can hope to kill him on the next cycle, though, which will generate me more little hearts. And I think that's what I'm going to try, probably fish for. Into that, into you. Any little hearts? Damn it. No. Ideally, don't want you, lads. Or you, lads. Please, please, something helpful. Weighty Tome is nice, but... come on. Oh, come on. Oh, you just hate me today, don't you? I don't really need you. Fine, I'll use a turn to banish this so that this will never appear again. I'm not a fan of the lightning ring, personally. Let's just chuck a bone at someone. Nah, didn't even get us any flowers. Damn you. Meanie! Meanie! Okay, armor into... There's no real point drawing that. It could get us to 3, though. The 3 shot. Fine. Attract orb into Holy Wand, because these guys already have a little bit of dusting on them. And of course it didn't kill either of the ones with dusting on them, so we got to fucking start again. You into you. Dust them. Ah, finally! There you are. This will be nice. This will be nice, 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 nice. Under circumstances, do I want to put it into the attract orb or the light tome? I think the light tome. Yeah, because we always go for the attract orb. We do light tome on a second loop, which means that now we can use that to create a second loop. Let's just freeze them solid. I won't kill them yet. Pass the turn. Let's try the new version. Iterating within the same fight rather than having to fuck around. Armor. Into attract orb. That's currently our 1 coster. Into the dusting. That brings us to the overkill stage. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Into the clock lancet. Freezing them does a little bit more damage, but more importantly, it bumps our combo slightly higher. Then let's say we go into Light Tome. Into the Bonio. That did quite a nice chunk. And I think from there, if we go Little Heart, that gives us a 40% bump increase. It will destroy it, though. I think 40% extra XP is not to be too sneezed at. And now let's just kill you off with the rest of the hand. Okay. The biggest part of that was getting a wild gem for our... Thank you for the free reroll. Wild gem for our lovely light tome. Okay. Throw some armor on into a tract orb. Give him a dustin. Into the light tome, which is now wilded, so that will bump up our mana and let us reset back to the start. Annoyingly, we don't have a one coster to pad this gap because our light tome used to be our second one coster. We will need a second one coster, but we'll get there as we go. So under circumstances, let's toss the Holy Wand at all of yous. And the Clock Lancet to freeze you solid. Was really hoping for some little hearts out of you fucks, but of course that's just too much to ask. Oh, now you give me one, you bastards. I wouldn't say no to a Sprig of Spinach. That will massively bump our damage because we can keep cycling that. Okay, Sprig of Spinach. Fair enough then. And another Skullomaniac. Yeah, I'll keep you on hand for later. Why not? For now, though, let's just play you because we can. You're free. We'll keep you in hand so that we can draw you in a second. Or I was hoping to, but of course the Attract Orb hasn't drawn. Darn it, I overpadded. I've got too much in my deck again. Why do I keep on doing this? Alright then. So let's give him a dustin. Mostly so that we can then throw a bone at them and hope that it gives us another little heart. Nope, of course not. Under circumstances then, let's say a little bit more duration. You, loop up to you. That gives us 60% more damage. It's not the world, but it'll be nice. At the moment, they're not really in danger of doing that much damage to us to be a threat. The intent would be later floors are going to be a problem, but by the time we reach the later floors, they shouldn't be anywhere near threatening. Okay. Bones hopefully generate some hearts, maybe? Nope, of course not. Of course not. Into a Tract Orb. Which one did we miss? We missed the Skullomaniac. We're not really that fussed with that right now. That's fine. Let's... There is a heart. There is indeed a heart. This is the heart that we prepared earlier for this very purpose. We're going to make our way up the chain, then loop our way back down the chain. Then, because we have another wild heart, loop our way back up the chain again. Into Holy Wand. Nice as a double damage card gem would be right now. I guess I could put it on the Holy Wand. Yeah, let's put it on the Holy Wand. Why not? Okay, and then go for the Clock Lancet because that gets us a 3. Loop back down through the Light Tome so that we can grab an extra 10 mana. We now have 14. Since we don't have any way to draw back into our hand, I need to get a second Attract Orb, preferably. Let's add another 12 turns to our currently equipped crawlers so they never cycle their way back in. Into the little heart. Into the sprig of spinach, which will give us 160 extra % damage. Admittedly only for this combat, but we'll get there. And then give him a dusting. So that we're down to the boss. Whoa, a gay Italian upon us. There's a rocket head. Hello. How you doing? You're a lovely concept, but I would much prefer to have something else, frankly. Like, it stays in hand until used. The problem is we're currently at a stage where we're using most of our stuff. No. You would self-destruct. Okay, I'll hoover you up and then we'll give ourselves a head start on our greed. At a little point. After much procrastinating, I have finished painting the whole squad of 12 Rohirrim footmen. Fantastic. Well done, Rocket. Little bit of spellbinding into an attract orb. Grab all of our stuff through. Because we gave it such a nice bump up earlier. Let's throw the Holy Wand at them. Okay. Freeze them solid. Back down to the Light Tome. We could grab the Skullomaniac, which would bump us up another 30% XP gain. Sure. I mean, they're frozen solid. What are they going to do? Grab you. This looks like a nice lineup. And we'll draw into you three at a later point. Okay. Armor. Into Attract Orb. Into the Holy Wand. He's gone into his second phase. These now count up the more cards I play. Considering our 3-step is always freezing him solid, I don't think this is going to be a threat to us. Freeze him solid. Into the Light Tome. Now, you are only temporary, but you're going to act as a 1-step so that we can keep on stepping up. Let's say into the Spellbinder, into the Stone Mask for an extra 70%, giving us a head start on our generation of monies. Into... for now, a Celestial Dusting. Don't really want any of yous. Hello there. How you doing? Let's throw you into the... Ooh, do I throw you into the Attract Orb? Do I throw you into the Attract Orb? Or do I throw you into the Celestial Dusting? Ooh, a wild that would then potentially generate more wilds. It's not the worst idea I've ever had. Because that means we could also start with that. We could wild the armor, that's fair. We could wild the Spellbinder, though, as well, so that then that could loop onto other things. I mean, realistically, we could wild all sorts of things. What I might wild, though, is the Sprig of Spinach. Because this is a buffer card, and it's also got 2 more slots, so we can fill other things up into... Oh, hello, coin count again! You're tempting, but not right now. You're very tempting, but maybe not right this second. Let's grab a... Double coin the bone. Nah. Okay. Comedic as that would be, I don't know if we'll double coin on the bone because I don't know if it'll throw him in twice. I guess we can find out, though. Fuck it. It appears to have done nothing. I've never had that scenario even happen, so I wasn't to know either. But it appears to have done fuck all. Please no. We could do with another crown, though. Yes. And since we're on an 8-way combo already, let's go into the Wild Sprig of Spinach, which we got from earlier, which resets us back down to a 9 combo. Throw the bone. And use that to hypercharge the crown. Okay, we're now nearing rounding 10 grand, so annoying as it is that the double coin count hasn't worked out for the bone, that's fine. At the end of the day, we've got a really, really expensive boner, and I think that's worth it for the comedy alone. What is in the chest? Please be nice. Reducing mana cost. Yes, I am taking that. You can actually help me with something. Yes, please. I would like to reduce the cost of the armor. Because my idea is... Actually, no. Let's reduce the cost of the Spellbinder, because then that'll put it negative. Which means that you can chain -1 into 0 into 1 into blah, 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 blah. It means with enough card draw, we can extend the length of our loops each time. As you can probably grasp by this point, I like designing around the loops that I might theoretically one day be able to create. Don't really want to get rid of any of you. What did this one down here need again? It needed a red card and a blue card. Okay, I will use you as card removal before I leave this floor. And honestly, the Celestial Dusting is not kind of working out for us. I think I might just ditch that. And one of the armors in passing, I suppose. Oh, I see you joined us. You will destroy yourself, though. That's fine. Okay. Let's actually use you to start, because I'd like to draw that Spellbinder if I can. And I did. -1 into 0 into... well, annoyingly, it does mean 1, but we'll redraw that Spellbinder from earlier because of that, which means that when we wild, we can loop again. Now, let's give him a little bit of a dusting. Possibly one of the last dustings we'll partake in. Freeze him solid. Because I made the Light Tome a wild card, it literally doesn't have a mana cost, so it doesn't matter that we don't now have the 1 mana we would have needed to play it. Let's loop back on ourselves and loop this up. Spellbinder again. Now throw the bone at them. Harvest some little hearts out of it. Very nice, very nice. I don't need another Celestial Dusting, thank you. This is nice, but not really my sort of speed. A second Attract Orb. I was actually looking for you. Thank you very much. And you know what? Since we're here, we'll use you to draw back again. Oh no, God, it's the gang is all here again. We've used a 1-coster, so let's give them a Dustin. Get some more little hearts out of things. Do I want Santa Water? No, I don't really think I do. Even if I bump this up into its evolved form, that comes at a 4 cost, and it will eat one of my Attract Orbs. I don't think I want that right now. Oh, you would have been nice. You would have been so nice, Ancient Tome, if you could replace my Light Tome, but hey-ho. Being able to loop a card that would gain us max health is nice, but I'm hoping one day to get to Jisoo, so I can... Ah, hello, how you doing? Yes, you. Absolutely you. Because especially in this hand, with this loop ability, that'll be nice. We can get a very strong crown out of this turn. What did I just play? I played a 2-coster. So let's do a 3-coster. Push that a little further. Okay then. Right. Let's start pruning these out of our hand a little bit. Let's go with the Sprig of Spinach to send us back right down the chain to the Spellbinder. And here we go. Cards are starting to crack. If you play a card 5 times in the same turn, it will permanently destroy and it will summon a Reaper. I'll want that hopefully later so I can use that for manual card removal. But right now, I'm probably only going to do this loop one more time after this. Throw the bone at him. Into Attract Orb. Pull everything back on ourselves. Into Holy Wand. Into Clock Lancet. That's also starting to crack. We could do with a little bit more mana out of things. You can't forever loop. Not always. There is something you can get later down the line. It's a random gem chance, annoyingly, which might... I wish... It's literally called Uncrackable. And that does sound like it should make a card never crack if it's uncrackable. But no, it just reduces the chance it'll crack and destroy. So I'm not a fan of it as it currently stands in its current iteration. Maybe that changes in some future patch, but at the moment, I'm not a fan of it being a chance-based one. Let's loop back onto the Spellbinder, because we had one more use left in it. Remind me not to use this again this turn. But let's loop back over our bone. Our maximum overkill is now over 2 grand, and God only knows what that's going to get bumped by, because I can't even see our multiplier. The Attract Orb's in the way. Speaking of Attract Orb, yes, that 2,000 or plus is going to get 430% now, this as it stands. Let's go into Holy Wand. Into one more Clock Lancet. Do not Spellbind. Thank you for reminding me. What we will instead be doing is, because we've got so many little wilds from our little hearts, let's just loop through a bunch of other random shit. Let's go Little Heart into Armor, into the Attract Orb, because we've got 2 of them, so they'll crack half as fast, realistically. That was a 2-coster, so let's go into the Holy Wand again. And then... we can't really use the Clock Lancet again. I think I've put that to the same level as the Spellbinder. Back down the chain we go. Little Heart, into Armor, into another Attract Orb. But that one's starting to crack as well now. Is the Holy Wand cracking? Yes, but it hasn't cracked all the way. One more. All this is for the purpose of bumping this crown to the most ridiculous I can make it. Loop back on ourselves. Another Armor. Where are we currently at? That'll be a 525% increase. If we're already at 475%, then actually we might as well just take it now. Because it caps out at 1,000%. So we now have maximum XP multiplier from this. We can still stack the curse higher, but our XP multiplier from crowns alone is now basically done. Let's meanwhile go into Little Heart, into Sprig of Spinach. Our damage is now up by 1,000% for this combat, which means we're probably going to throw the strongest Celestial Dusting we ever will. And it still wasn't even that good. God damn it. Into a Little Heart, into a Bone. And now finally let the poor man die. Okay, so we just casually blew past 35 grand. The Bone is now going to be hitting for 35k whenever it's thrown. Oh, Jesus. I should also stress, this floor is taking me a lot longer to clean out because I'm talking to y'all. Obviously, when one is playing this for themselves, it's a little bit different. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Wait, look at that guy on the left. It's not displaying on the card, but I think actually the second coin count has actually gone through. Look. It says he's going to do 74k, not 37k. Okay, I think the second coin just is bugged out on showing on the display. Nice. Double nice. Okay. Let's do it all again! Spellbinder into armor, into Attract Orb, pull through a bunch more cards, give him a dustin', into Clock Lancet, into Light Tome so we get a bunch of money, throw our boner at them, our rich boner, see if we can get some little hearts. We did get a heart, very nice. And we're now at a level where the game is starting to throw us wild cards just at a start. I'm definitely going to want to pick up at least one of those. We now have a wild card that we didn't need to make already native to our deck. Huge. Hopefully we'll eventually be able to cycle out the Celestial Dusting so I don't have to worry about random little hearts hopefully dropping. Speaking of which, let's cycle our cards back through. We're already in overkill state, so let's go up to the Holy Wand. Yes, that's lovely, dear. That's lovely. You're a bit in my face, buddy. Clock Lancet. Have we got enough mana that we could loop back down and through if I had the Spinach? Yes, probably. Spinach into Spellbinder. Into Throw the Bone at him. Into Attract Orb. Pull everything back through again. Into Holy Wand. Blast him again. Into Clock Lancet for one last go. Back down through the Light Tome. Back up through the Spellbinder. Back up through the Bone. Back up through our good friend Attract Orb. Holy Wand makes another appearance. And realistically, there's nothing more that I can farm out of redeeming one coin after a huge combo, so I'm just going to throw the Bone one last time and basically max this out. It's as close to 5 grand as makes no diff right now. That's a nice bonus. Casually blowing past 65k. So how are things around here then? Well, we're doing all right. Having a little bit of a casual rest and farming some resources up for vampire crawlers. Oh, my Spellbinder hasn't drawn. Oh. Fair enough then. Well, let's go for the Friendship Amulet into armor, into Attract Orb. That pulls everything through. Give him a dustin'. Now, we don't have enough mana for the Clock Lancet. We'll have to directly jump straight down through the Light Tome. Throw the Bone at him. I don't really want any of you. Area is alright, but I'm not a fan of needing to stack it using this sort of lad. We don't need another crown. Thank you. We're maxed on crowns. Thank you. I think I'm going to take the
I'm at the office.
I'm really glad I had headphones on as I came into hear Edgeboner. Here's to more than 4 years of wacky fun.
Thank you very much, Mr. Black, for your 4 years of rich boning. Actually, I don't like the candles so much, I'm going to banish the candle. Snuff out the light. Loop back over, grab all of our stuff again, throw the Holy Wand at them. Reduce mana. You know, You know, we could make this a -2. And then we could make one of the armors into a -1. Am I pushing that too far? I might be pushing that too far. You know what? No, you know what? What we should do is we make the Celestial Dusting part of the rotation. Because at the moment... No, actually, we've got the Attract Orbs for our 1 slot. We don't need to make a 1-slotter. Let's throw this in one of the armors so that even if we don't draw the Spellbinder, we've got another chance of getting a -1 that we can draw through. Is there any point really drawing this out any longer than it needs to go at the moment? We could bump the skull to ridiculous degrees, I guess. That might be quite nice, actually. Because we'll get way more level up out of things. Okay, yeah. So let's do some looping. Welcome aboard the Looping Express. It went from 500 overkill to 4,000. Lovely. Straight out of the gate. Draw a little more. Because we could always do with more draw. One does not simply walk into more draw. You have to very carefully curate it. Into Clock Lancet. Send him right back again. He's a tiny swollen orb now. Into the Light Tome. We're going to need some mana. Into the Spellbinder. Into the Bone again. That's as high as the overkill will now go. We can't force it any higher. Into the Attract Orb. Into Holy Wand again. We just want to push this as high as we can creep it. Okay, you're starting to crack. I need to keep that in mind. Get rid of that little heart. Into the armor. Into the armor. Into the Attract Orb. Into the Holy Wand one more time. Not too far. Clock Lancet one more time. Not too far. Loop ourselves back down with some spinach. And I think this will be the loop where I do the Skullomaniac. So we'll do the Spellbinder into the armor. Into the Attract Orb. The Celestial Dusting. And now all the wilds one after another. And lastly into the Skullomaniac for an extra 185% to both enemy strength and XP gained. And the big coin bag. We know what we're going to be looping next time. Oh dear, we've got a friend here that we can loop over. We'll come back for him though. I still want to find something I can do with that chest at some point, but what have we got that I could plug into you? Nothing really worth having. Okay. You know, for some variety, let's fight a boss. Okay. Looping the third. No! That's mean! No! Terrible puns. Throw the bone at them. Defeat them with their own kind. I'm out of re-rolls, so now we're just reaching the point where we have to skip or banish level ups, which is why I wanted an XP multiplier as high as I could creep it for now. We could grab Duplicator, but I'd rather have the Duplicator if I can. Recovery is useless to us, and I've no point stacking luck because we've got Osolomio doing that passively over time. So I'm probably going to just actually banish you because I'm not going to need recovery in my mind. Grab some more cards. What are we on at 2? Let's give them a dusting. Give them the lance. Loop back down through the light tome. Up through the spellbinder. Up through the armor. Up through the attract orb. Up through the holy wand. Get some little hearts for our trouble. Oh, hello. This is one I've been fishing for. So remember those coin bags that I was getting from, like little candelabras and whatnot? This causes a card to make them on use. So we're putting that in the friendship amulet because this has a bunch of slots open, and I'm probably planning to put more and more in if I can find them. We can now generate big coin bags. Oh god, Rakan, I am here. Since we're here, there's one very important question I must ask. In OG Vampire Survivors, opinions on garlic. I wasn't that much of a fan of it because I just liked having a rotating circle of Bibles and scythes, personally. That's my personal views on it. Now, actually, I kind of don't want any of these, but I don't want to burn my banishes and skips, so I'm going to grab a crown since that'll self-delete anywho's. But reminder that the big coin bags are subject to our combo multiplier, so this one, for example, is currently looking at 2 grand. Throw a clock lancet out. Grab some mana, and let's loop back down again. Back through the armor, back through the armor. Up through the attract orb. Have these ones been dusted? I don't think they have. Give them a dusting. Another friendship amulet. Don't mind if I do. Saves me having to fish for wanting some... Oh, God. Brain. Brain, come back to me. Brain. Saves me having to fish for wild gems. That was it. I think I will grab a bracer. Our deck is starting to get a little bit chunky, and some hand generation might not be the worst idea. Ugh, tempting as you are a wild card with 3 gaps in you. I'm not certain. I'll take you, but you're the last wild I'm taking for a while. The next things I need to farm up are some blues and reds that I can burn in the chest, as Dark Race nicely suggests. While we're here... Yeah, Mr. Black puts it quite nicely. Garlic is great in early game, but it gets harder, at least in my experience, to keep strong in the late game, even if you turn it into Soul Eater. Clock Lancet is starting to break. Good to know. What's that? What's that coin bag looking at? Oh dear. Okay. It's already at about 4 grand-ish. Nice. Since we have 2 of our -1s in hand, we will use the wings, which reduces mana cost by 1. Turning the -1 into a -2, which we can then chain into the -1, which we then chain into the 0, which we then chain up into the... Actually, get rid of the crown en route. Up into the Holy Wand. Generates us some more little hearts. Very nice. There's the duplicator I was looking for before. I think I'll take you just for larfs. Rune Tracer I've been fishing for a while. I do want you. Ah, fuck. What was it? It was a red and a blue it wanted, right? It wanted red versus blue. Let's feed it a pigeon so that we can get that chest done. What the fuck are we on now? 2. Okay. Actually, let's throw the pigeon at him. Get one of these coin bags out of the way. Okay. Then... loop you, which will create us another big coin bag. Let's get that big coin bag out the way. Get the spinach out the way. Get all these little hearts out of my hand, because they're just starting to clutter up the place. Okay, that's better. That's better. I can fucking see again. So, let's drop down to... chuck the bone at him. Let's actually just kill him off. Song of Mana. I think I will take you. Because if I can find another skull, I can upgrade this into its evolved form, which generates 2 wild cards in and of itself. So we would basically be able to get rid of the Celestial Dusting at that point. I'll take you, actually, and then I'll use the Celestial... No, I can't use the Celestial Dusting as the red. I already picked up a red separately. Oh, well. Paramagus, yes, I need something to feed that chest from earlier. Returns to hand after playing. I think I do want you, yes. And I think I'll slot that into the Friendship Amulet so that it's if we could hopefully get a second coin bag on you, then it's generating 4 per go rather than 3 per go. Oh, God. Oh, the skull's turned up. Hello, how you doing? Another skull's turned... Sure. I can use one on this loop, and then I'll come back for the second one, I guess. And then I'll get another skull to celebrate. Throw the Palm Magus in just to bump up our combo some more. Increase our hand size by 36. Throw a Rune Tracer at him. Fire 76 more projectiles when we fire a projectile. This man is already miles and miles past dead, but we just need to keep this going. The Light Tome is starting to crack. Good to know. But we do have 105 mana. I don't think we're in that much trouble, realistically. We also just generated an extra 3 mana. Oh, fantastic. I'll get some more mana to celebrate. Actually, I will get some more mana to celebrate. Why not? Increase the combo even further. Let's draw 44 cards! The combo potential attaching to almost every card that moves is absurd. Use you to drop the cost of the -1s. I forgot. What does it mean that card starts cracking? It means that after 5 uses, a card deletes itself and summons a Reaper. The Reaper isn't really a threat to us, but it does mean that we should keep an eye on proceedings. Because I'm not currently in a state where I want to be losing some of my cards. I was worried I was about to break that one, actually. Where the fuck are my zeros? There's a 0. Throw the bone at him again. I would appreciate a 1-coster. Let's throw in the Attractor Orb, please. I've got a 2-cost attack round here somewhere. You. This is the problem with having too thick of a hand. I can't see my fucking cards anymore. The Clock Lancet is starting to break. I'd really rather not that break right now. If I throw up this, what are we on? 220, 255%? Yeah, I'm okay with using that as a bump, yeah. And then we'll keep this one so we can upgrade the other thing. Let's use you, which generates us a coin bag, which is now coming in for 11 grand. Use it again because it returned to our hand, which generates us another coin bag. Use both the coin bags for a cool 24k. It's not... It doesn't seem to be subject to the coin gathering from our multiplier, which is slightly annoying. I really thought it was subject to that. But at least it's coin generation. I think that's basically all I'd like to do for now. Yeah, we don't want to use you because I want to use you in an evolution. Let's let the poor skull die. Fantastic. So, in terms of card cracking, that's just for... It's not even for this specific battle. It's for the specific turn. It's to disincentivize infinites. You will... Like, your cards will start to break and die if you infinite for too long. You infinite too greedily and too deeply. Okay. Weird one here. I am going to sacrifice the pigeon. Let's get rid of the pigeon. Now, honestly, I picked you up because I was going to sacrifice you. I don't think I'm going to sacrifice you, actually. Because I think I'm going to sacrifice one of the armors. The reason being that evolving the Rune Tracer I picked up earlier is also going to eat one of the armors. So I've got 2 cards with a known cost, both of which I can get rid of. In exchange, I can keep a wild card that has no cost and can fit anywhere in the combo. I think that's what I'm going to go for. So let's get rid of you. Ooh, alright. Okay, we have the ability to draw! This is not subject to combo, though. This is just literally draws a card. If I could consider freeze though. I could consider freeze on something that I know I'll cycle through quite a few times. Let's say... I know it's funny to put freeze on the thing that already does freeze, but I'd rather put freeze on something I know I'm going to cycle through a few times. Which probably at this point might well be the wings. Because the friendship amulets, I'm probably going to try and keep for coin generation. Actually, the spinach. Yeah, we tend to keep the spinach in hand so I can use it in event of emergency. We'll have cold spinach. Cold spit. Why? Why did I design that as an attack? Okay, sure. Meanwhile, let's loot the boss chest, which, if I'm lucky, has evolutions in it. Cool. You would get rid of the skull issue, and it would generate us more wilds as we go along. You, however, would be purely damage. I think we'll go for the extra wild generation. So, use the Song of Mana, slot the Skullomaniac inside of it with the evolution gem, and we have whatever this thing is, which generates us 2 raw mana. It says chance to add 2 raw mana. I've never seen it not do it. Meanwhile, at the old vending machine... I'm considering getting rid of the hand drawer in exchange for more permanent hand size. I think I'm going to listen to my gut on that. Wasn't there an Evo altar, or did you already touch it? That was on a previous floor, and yes, I did touch it. Currently, with the rarity that the evolution gems are, I'm only going to get those from shrines or chests. I don't get them from normal loot pools. I guess we just got to clean up these lads now. No real point playing with our food with these guys, unless we, in the process of killing them, level up and grab something ridiculous. I want to see what this button does. I don't tend to trust the AI to do it for me, but what happens? I need to know. Okay, it's just going ham doing its own thing. Right, sure. Don't really want any of you. Skip. Game. You didn't play all. I said play all. Oh my god, you've run me out of mana. How have you done this? Alright, I'll use the mana cards in my hand. Yeah, sure. In fact, under circumstances, I'm just going to take control back a second. Game, you seem to be having a bit of an aneurysm over there. Do I want a King Bible? Not especially, because it would remove my Spellbinder, which I'm using to cycle these lads. Not that I really need to, now I look at them. They have more than 400 uses in them now. It's stacked up that high. I'll just skip. Oh, hello, Wild. How you doing? Oh, gods. We could slot that into this one. No, I think... I feel like making at least one of the Attract Orbs Wild... is... No, these are always our 1 cyclers. And this is always our 3 cycler. Let's slot it into the Rune Tracer, because then when that gets upgraded using the armor, what it becomes will stay wild. And we can just have it wherever we want in our list. Let's generate another big coin bag. Grab you guys up. And freeze them all solid so they're not a threat right now. Toss the boner at them. Tempting as it is to pick up the stone mask, we're already nearing 1000% on this anywho's. That said, it would save me another skip button. Actually, yeah, fine. Come along. Come along. You're here for the ride, Stone Mask. You'll be our last little bump up. Draw 3 cards. Let's throw some Holy Wand at them. I don't know how funny a cat would be. Fuck it, let's bring a cat along. Just for the larfs. Generate a couple of coin cards. Eat a couple of coin cards. Throw a cat at him. Eat some spinach. And use the stone mask to bump up the last of our greed to the maximum. Draw with the attract orb, because I seem to be missing my expensive boner. There it is. And ultra maximum overkill already. Can I reach the end turn button, please? Thank you. Need to move my hand of cards out of the way so I can see the fucking UI. Right. We'll clear up the floor as best as we can. Get some stuff out the way. You guys into you, into you, into you, into you, into you. Chuck this thing at them. Well, hello there, Coin Count. How you doing? Why don't you get glued to the... Fuck it. Glue the Coin Count to the cats. Expensive cats! Very expensive cats. Keep on charging it up. I'm not really paying attention anymore at this point. You have made a Meowth. God damn it, I have, haven't I? I have created Meowth. Let's use you so it gets rid... Oh, okay. Use you both so that it gets rid of the need to skip you. Meow, that's right. I'm giving you another chance here, game. If I press play all... A few times, apparently. Oh, okay. It knew what it was doing this time. I'm going to banish the rainbow armor. I don't really want you. You hit me. Well done. Oh, damn it. Okay. I think I'll banish the Santa Water. Oh no. Oh no. Even more expensive cat. Actually, I don't really think I want the cherry bombs. I'm gonna be honest. I would have taken these, but we've got cats, so The cats are in the way. I banish you because you keep showing up and I do not need you. Okay. How expensive is that cat right now? Nears makes little difference to 400k. Double. That cat is hitting for 800k now. As is the expensive boner. Oh, wait, you would be funny, because you're subject to combo. We could massively bump our luck out of nowhere. Ah, go on. It's been a while since we've done that. Okay. Can the boner be evolved? No. No, it cannot. Especially since we also took... It takes a gem slot to evolve it, but I don't think you can evolve the bone anyway. Let us throw the expensive bone. Ah, we could draw! No. I don't think we're ever going to need a spellbinder again, though, so I can banish that one. Expensive cat. Yeah, this one is actually stacking up with combo potential. Okay, okay. Let's give him a dusting. Into some spinach. Into the attract orb. Draw everything back into our hand. Lovely. Into the light tome. Get us back some mana. Into whatever this word is. What is that word? I don't really know how to pronounce it. It's mana, and then the last bit I've just lost. I don't think I want a pentagram. I'm gonna banish pentagrams. Stop them appearing. I open Twitch, and the first thing I hear is expensive boner. Look, we've applied a gem that makes the bone do as much damage as our money twice over now. We have a very deeply expensive boner, okay? It could be worse. It could be Shadows of the Damned, where I'm just constantly screaming, "Taste my big boner!" Which is just... God, we do love you. I think it's Suda51 is them, isn't it? I think that was Suda. We do love you, Suda, but you're a bit of a weirdo sometimes. Oh god, hello. This is absurd. No, I don't even know if I need this. We've got an expensive cat and an expensive boner. No. You can... No, get out of it. Banish the knives. We don't need them. How are you coming along? 150%... 150% luck. Okay. Let's go. That into that. Freeze them solid. You. 200% luck bump. Luck, as far as I can tell, doesn't have a cap, by the way. As I think does Curse. So while these two have stopped at 1000%, luck will just keep going. Yin Yang. Do I want to be needing to keep an eye on my mana? Not really. We've got a duplicator. I'll get rid of the duplicator being in the draw pool. If I press play all, are you going to freak out again? Cheers, Sir Jamie, for 57 months on an unbroken 57 streak. Good bloody lord. Ooh. Hold on. The duration gem, though, would mean that I would no longer need the spellbinder. I think I will add that in. Let's go for duration on the Parmagus, the ham. The ham of duration. No. skip. Oh, hell. Nope, nope, you're a mana shrine. I thought you were an evolution shrine. What is luck? I don't really know. I'm gonna level with you. It's just sort of there. Once you've got luck high enough, you do get 4 selections for every, like, gem and level up and whatnot. We've already breezed long past that. So, after that, I don't really know. I think it affects the chance that things might explode, maybe? When it comes to, like, certain cards that have a chance to explode. But I'm not certain. No, I really don't want the clover. Game, how have you run out of mana? There's a mana generating card right there, game. That's better. Oh, hello. Oh, the tiramisu. The tiramisu has returned to us. I think I'll take you, actually. I've suddenly realized I can't press play all because it might play the tiramisu now. Well, chuck an expensive cat at them. Ah, some opportunity for removal. Okay. Well, you know, I was looking for a way to remove you. And I actually can remove you as well. Yeah, let's get rid of these two. Get rid of the Spellbinder and the Celestial Dusting. You have served us well. You're going to lose the -1. At this point, we've got so many wilds, I don't really think it matters. Ugh. Oh, hey, you were talking about the -1. We could replace that. I'm not really a fan of any of these, actually. I suppose I could put a cherry bomb in something. Just to use it. Let's put a bomb in the spinach. Why not? Don't really know what that one does. I've not got the resources to cycle it out, and I just got a reroll I could have used in that chest. Fuck. Oh well. I mean, if I go pick this fight, I will get a chest. And there's also a chest up there. Let's carve our way through here. Okay, we're actually gonna... Heaven forfend, we're gonna have to manually play the game again now. Because I can't risk it using the tiramisu before I get rid of the... destruction chance on it. There is a gem that does that, I just need to fish for it. Okay, let's make the cat less expensive. So it chains into the attract orb. So it chains into the holy wand. Into you. Into the light tome. The armor for now. Paramagus. The duplicator. Sprig of spinach. Rune tracer. Another tiramisu. Lovely. Don't really want another tiramisu, actually. Could banish the tiramisu. Banish the tiramisu. No more tiramisu. Skip you. Increasing a mana cost. No. You'd be quite funny to have on hand. We could balloon our max HP. If we're farming revives, though, I don't really think I need to. No, skip. Duration stat again. What did I plug the duration into last time? The Parmages. Fuck it. The ham can make our duration go even further now. It still says 3 though, which is annoying me because does that now mean 6? We'll have to find out visually. I'll keep you 2 in hand for the moment. Chuck an expensive bone at him. And we're already at ultra maximum overkill. Hello, coin card. I was waiting for you to show up. You can go on the friendship amulet from earlier. Thank you very much. So it'll now make 2 per go. And it gets reused twice, so it now creates 4 per go. Some well-preserved ham. It is, isn't it? It's very deeply well-preserved ham. Everyone's very impressed with the preservation of that specific ham. In a way, it reminds me of myself. I, too, am a well-preserved ham. Eat some mana. Chuck a Rune Tracer. Now, let's find out. This does... Ah, yep. No, it does. It displays 3, but it does 5 and 6. So, yes, it has actually taken. It just isn't showing on the card. Slightly annoying, but we shall persist. Tract Orb. Let's generate a few more. Oh, does the returning count towards your reuses? Oh, okay. Because I've only used you twice. But I've used you twice in full, which is technically 4, and you've cracked and then cracked again. So actually the return on you was completely pointless. I should have put a 3rd coin cut. Fair enough. You learn something every day. Let's grab some money. This is what I'm hoping for. If I can make the tiramisu into such a way as it won't destroy itself, then we can combo up and basically give ourselves revivals in a loop. Since 200% revival is +2 revivals, you can max out at 5 revivals, but if a card in our hand and deck is what's generating the revivals, we can just survive indefinitely because we'll keep creating more lives. We can effectively become Dark Souls. That's him, John Dark Souls. In a card game. Card Souls. What was in here? Oh, you. A little goblin I can throw my cards at for a little jot of extra experience. How joyous. The tiramisu of immortality. Basically, yeah. Parm. You chuck a bone at them, grab some cards, chuck a wand at them. The dessert is just that good. Immortality Sue. Sorry, Tira Mortality Sue. Nice. Like tome. Let's go armor into expensive cats. Fuck off! I don't think there's really anything I want to bolt this onto, frankly. I'm going to save myself the reroll and use a crown that I can't even use. Just to get rid of it. Wings. Do duplicator. Sprig of spinach. I forgot the spinach throws bombs. Crown. We could coin card the Clock Lancet, but I want to try and keep that free with its slots. Just in case something comes along that screams at me, oh my god, I need to make sure I can play this no matter what. And that is personally for me either a free cost or a wild. And yes, I know it's got more slots, but once I know I've got that in the bag, then I want to see what I can play around with. I am sensible enough of my own defects to know that I might just cock it up otherwise. Cycle you twice so that we create ourselves a bunch of bags of money. Throw some expensive boners. Throw some expensive pussy. I don't really need you. I'm gonna banish you. Get out of my face. Oh, joy. Yes, the ability to destroy cards. Is there a card I want to destroy? I don't think there is. No. But you do raise a good point. I'm going to have the Hollow Heart, which will destroy itself. Echo. The ability to play the card that just went before. Well, you know what? To save myself the skips and the banishes and the rerolls, I'm going to plug you into the Hollow Heart that's going to destroy itself anyway. Hello, Wild. Was talking about you earlier. Do you want to... Oh, it won't go in the Clock Lancet. Didn't notice that. Fair enough. Well, you are going in this thing, though. Why doesn't it go in the Clock? Well, never mind then. I was a complete fool. It never would have gone in there in the first place. Get frozen. Charge up some of these. Charge up our spinach. Throw some of that at you. Get some more wild cards in our hand. Draw some more cards. Pull them all back on through. Throw an expensive bone at him. Where's that Hollow Heart gone? Get out of my hand. Right. Okay. I can't see the tiramisu is in the deck. I'm going to bravely press play all. Don't use the tiramisu. Don't use the tiramisu. Okay. We're stacking our combo as high as we can because I've noticed that I shouldn't have let the game play all. It's actually left us in a position where we're about to take a fuckload of damage, so I've got some block. Yeah. Okay. That's all fair and good. That's all fair and good, buddy. Let's use you again. Okie days. We'll cover this one manually, since the autoplay appears to be struggling a bit. Ah, calcium deals bony damage. Don't really think you're that helpful right now, buddy. You know what? You can go in a big coin bag. One of our coin bags will have some calcium in it now. The ability to freeze things. That might not be the worst idea to apply to something. You know what? Freeze the well-preserved ham. Fuck it. Freeze the ham now. And we'll use you to blast them lot away. Double damage. Could go on something. Screw it. Double your damage. You're actually doing a decent turn. That ham is never going bad now. Never in a million years. Let's throw... What does this do? Throw them a bone. I think I saw the preview, right? Where it said that was doing 15 extra damage. Okay, note to self. When I get the resources to seal gems, which I do have the capacity to, I just need money to do it, and this run is providing some. I need to seal that gem away so I never see it again. Funny as it is, if it does 15 fucking damage, it does not help. So, anyways, use you, use you. Use you. Draw everything back again. And use you. And you are starting to crack. I should be aware of that. Armor into deeply well-preserved ham. Throw up the clock lancet. Just for larfs. Is that mana thing around here somewhere? Doesn't appear to be. Okay. Let's use some big coin bags. Generate a bit more money en route. Get a well-charged spinach. Throw some expensive boners at them. And he's dead. I don't need garlic. I'm going to banish the garlic. Duration, you were very nice and helpful earlier, but maybe not. Stone Mask, fair enough. I'll use you up to get rid of you. Draw some more cards through. 84,000 damage versus 72,000 damage. Oh, okay. I guess we're mostly in it for the, you know, the wild card generation at this point, aren't we? And throw another expensive bone at him. Feeding the... Are your cats expensive by chance, Dark Rays? Those cats that you're feeding? Now, because of the autoplay having a bit of a derp, we have taken a significant chunk of damage. I'm going to blame the autoplay for that. Because it played all its cards so fast, I didn't get to see if there was a way out of that where I would have been able to control the board and live. Also, I know I said I was going in with a nice thin deck in mind, and then we've ended up with a 19 deck. It's because I pivoted halfway through and started making jokes. Always a bad move. We may get that life or death drama after all. We are on 600% difficulty now. They are expensive cats. One requires special, easy to digest food. Oh, bless. Oh, bless his little fluffy paws. Oh. Okay, let's throw expensive cats. Into Rune Tracer. Deduplicator. Sprig of Spinach. This thing. Double damage. No. I only want one expensive cat. I will remove that. Hello, Wild. How are you doing? You can go on the tiramisu because actually I'm gonna need one slot free for making it not break, but I'd also like one slot that makes it not have to worry about where it is in the combo. That's one half of it already gotten together. Bit more magic and freeze them all solid so that they do not kill me. Draw a few. Oh, no, not that one. Throw an expensive bone at them. There we go. Draw some more cards. Wand 'em. Not really that concerned with you lot, so let's banish the whip. Generate some more coin bags. More coin bags, more coin, more coin, more coin, more coin. And throw an expensive cat at him. I should also point out, we're fast approaching 1 million. That's nothing. That's nothing in this game and this community. Like, I'm on the very low end of people who have ultra nerd broken this game into pieces. There's plenty of people sitting in the E's. In fact, there's a few people who've gone into negative overflow and accidentally put themselves into debt. Damn. I was really hoping that you'd have Oh, damn. Wow. Okay. I want to evolve you, but they're not offering me an evolution gem. Fuck. I've learned from last time. I've learned my mistake. I'm gonna go elsewhere. I'm gonna pick this fight instead. Oh, get out of my face. Okay. I was expecting to have this fight on the balcony, but I guess we're fighting them in a doorway now. These guys sort of rotate around. They're not technically in rows. It's a slightly different format of fight. So I'm going to hope for the best. Charge up the combo. Armor. Little Clover, because why not? Into some expensive cats. Ah, see, they've rotated round. There we go. This is what makes them kind of an arse. The Duplicator. The Mighty Spinach. Which... wow, okay. The Bomb Gem also, I think, seems to be one I need to get rid of. Because that was doing 2s and 10s. Detonate them with this thing. Okay. Give ourselves a little bit more mana. Into the Attract Orb. I will keep the Clock Lancet on hand so that I can freeze whatever row is coming up to fight me solid. But for the moment... Holy Wandom. And... our 3-coster is you, though. Let's generate some more mana. Make our way back down again. Expensive bones. Cheeky buggers. Every time I'm killing them off, they're just rotating around to fill in the blank again. Generate some coin bags. Throw the Rune Tracer at them. Use the extraordinarily well-preserved ham. Attract Orb. Cycle most of the deck back in again. Where's that wand gone? It's in here somewhere. Rotate it round again, you cheeky bastards. Throw the Song of Magic at them, and there they go. Then throw the expensive cat. How dare you make me need to think about my card draw? How dare you? I'll evolve. There we go. Been looking for you. Plug you into the Rune Tracer. Get rid of that armor. Little bit of deck thinning, and we also get Cyber Rune Tracer. Are you a Cyber Tracer? I forgot to tell. One is expensive due to medical reason. The other 3, we spoiled them into being rather picky eaters, the bastards. We love them, still bastards. Oh, but they're fluffy little bastards, though. They're your fluffy little bastards. They're cute, I'm sure. All pets are cute. Because they're raised with love. It's not really sort of pet in this occasion, but it's more sort of pet adjacent, just loving relationship with a human caretaker. But I love, what's her name? Safari Sammy, I want to say, his videos. Where girls just hanging out with jaguars and lions and whatnot. And it's just so sweet. And hyenas and all this kind of shit where they're just lounging around, just happy to be there and happy to hang. It's adorable. Okay. Throw the expensive boner at them. Get a little bit of damage stacking up, but we are very early in our combo. We're only at 2. Friendship amulets. A couple of coin bags. A couple more coin bags, which are hiding on the right-hand side of our deck this time for some reason. We have no card draw, though. And we are about to take an 84 to the face. So I'm going to try and stack this as high as I can. Increase the amount of projectiles, then throw the no future, and we'll hope for the best. Because otherwise, we have a revival in the tank. We may be about to use it. Fire the Duplicator. Fire the no future. Well, I think something's happening back there. The Cyber Rune Tracer has gone a little bit ham. Coin count. Fucking. You know what? Let's just plug coin count into the into the clock lancet. Since I'm not allowed to put wild in it, fine. Let's make the clock lancet start doing an extra cash million. I do not need a greed gem. Get out of my face. Also, I think that was the first 4 rows that are just deleted. Okay. Let's say big coin bag, the extraordinary ham. We haven't even really done that much into bumping up our damage, which is probably why some things are even able to survive a first barrage. Like, it could be argued that I've gone too heavily into a mount, whereas I could have gone... We've got Gallo doing coin generation, O'Soul doing luck generation, which I'm really underwhelmed by, I'm gonna be honest. And fucking Mortatio doing... Or Mortatio, I don't know, doing projectiles. Maybe there's an argument I could have gone for more spinach and more damage. Let's just chuck a cat at them. Oh, fuck off! Fine! The clock lancet now doing 2 sets. Sure. Fire the clock lancet! Okay. Pricey clock. It's getting more expensive by the day. What was in you again? Oh, the ability to generate coin cards. Well, let's start this up again. Yeah, sure, why not? Your main damage dealers are the bone and the cats, and now the clock. And granted, they can only fire 1 at a time. The Song of Magic thing, wherever that's gone, this thing also hits ridiculously hard. This is absurd when it goes off. As we saw, this just bombed its way through them. One of the ones I banished earlier, the pentagram, can erase multiple rows at a time. It's quite nice for mob clear, but it does nothing, as far as I can tell, to single target boss units. And I still haven't found fireproof to use that bloody tiramisu. Okay, what have we got to go with? Duplicator. Grab some spinach. The spinach throws useless bombs. Throw the bones again. Ooh, quick draw. You can always start with this in your hand. Is there anything we want with that? Actually, yeah. No, the clock lancet. I want to always know that this is in my opening hand. Because if worst go... Hello. How are you doing? At this point, I might as well just stick you in the tome. What was I doing? I was doing something. Expensive cats. There we go. Calcium. Fuck off. You are useless, we've discovered. The Song of Magic. And then they've been deleted. Skip. Do we have anything that actually uses the coin counter? Oh yeah, the clock lancer. There we go. Maximum overkill in a single card, and done. And we just breezed past a mill. Nothing single target is a threat anymore, for at least a while. Granted, we are on 600% difficulty, so things like the eventual end-of-game Reaper, when he does choose to show up, is going to be a problem. This is now... I see an E in there. Okay, this is now hitting for E's. Excellent. Good to know. Bones. Cats. Wings into mana thing. That deletes a couple of rows. More draw. Monstercado. Do it. We could probably do with the Forever Heart nowadays. Yeah, fuck it. Let's come aboard. You'll slowly learn to give us more max health. Grab some of you lads. Throw you out. And raise shields. The flashbang's coming again. Oh my fuck it. Go away. I want your opposite. Like seriously, where is the one that does the opposite of you? I do not wish to. Weirdly for me, I do not currently wish to remove. I wish to retain, but not the actual gem that does retaining, because that one not that helpful right now. Okay, I'm gonna clear out this boss, and then I'm probably going to call it there. Because we've casually blown past a mill, and I have D&D in about 15 minutes, so my alarm is probably going to go off rather loudly in next few minutes. Excuse me when that happens. Wings, make the cats cheaper. Fuck off. I'll take a crown at this point, just so that I can try and get rid of another one of them. What was I doing? I was doing something. Brig. Some spinach that throws useless bombs. I've made some terrible choices upon this run this day with things like calcium and frickin' bomb cards that have done absolutely diddly fuck. Use the Amulet of Friendship, generate ourselves some bags of coins, throw some expensive bones, throw some expensive cats. I guess I'll plug you into the Friendship Amulet, sure. More bags of coins! Even more bags of coins! Grab 20 more projectiles. Look away! Oh, right. Oh, even more bags of coins, I guess. 3 bags of coins for 1 Friendship Amulet. So many bags of coins. I'm really confused why you're not subject to the greed gainer. Anyhows, or maybe you are. Maybe you are subject to the greed gainer, and this is your boosted amount. God. We could probably do a little bit more mana. I seem to be lacking some. There we go. No, I don't mean reduce the mana. Go away. Get rid of that crown. Get that out of my face. Let's casually give ourselves 15 more maximum HP, because why not at this point? The extraordinarily well-preserved ham. Holy Wand. Everything is dead except this dude. Extra powerful spinach. Song of Magic. Oh my god, a boss actually lived long enough that he's gotten to his boss mode. Well, let's grab some coins, and I'm aware this is progressing his little timer. Don't worry about that, because we're going to Clock Lance at him, and he's dead. Oh my fucking... Hello, how you doing? We could make a big coin bag, generate a big coin bag. Why not? 2 for the price of 1. And still, I have not been able to make the tiramisu immortal. I fucking said it earlier. Not that kind of retain, you bastard. Actually, though, I'm gonna grab this. Because at this point, we're seriously in some form of need of it. So let's slap that on the attract orb. It'll give us +2 recovery every time it's played. It's not much, but it'll do something. It's on something that at the best was only really going to get wild on it anyway. Okay. I'm aware that that was 2 hours and I only covered literally 2 floors. Because one of which I nuked. But this is how the end of games kind of be in this world. Vampire insert here, survivors, be it crawlers, whatnot, is very much a world of just not really stimulating in the storyline department, just watch funny number go up. Haha. And on that, I will leave you be. There is a Lydia going, so I will raid off onto a mix of Lydia. And then I'm going to go and have a quick drink and attempt to play D&D for the first time in about a month and a half. I think someone might, and I don't know, but I think someone might have a grudge. Because if I told you that we were fighting an elder brain that has been in some way evolved, but there's been multiple comments laced throughout that whilst it's smarter and it is evolved, it's not all powerful and it's not the coolest thing in the setting, etc., etc. And there was a character called an Emperor who kind of just died in about 3 hits. I don't know, but I feel I may be detecting a subtext there. Love is all and farewell.